So I was in a convention, and the topic was the last days, and I got to know the my pastor actually preached on Proverbs chapter 16. Let me get my Bible. Proverbs Acts chapter 2, verse 14 to 17. Now, if you remember that verse correctly, you will see that during that time, that was Pentecost, and Peter and the other apostles already prayed in the upper room, and they were filled with the Holy Ghost, they were speaking in tongues, and other persons thought that they were drunk actually. And they asked Peter that, are you drunk? And Peter said, it's too early to be drunk at this time. This is like, it's not up to 9 a.m. and we're already drunk already. It's too early to be drunk at this time. And he now said, in the last days, God says that young men shall see visions, and the old men shall dream dreams. Now, we said, I now got to understand that the last days actually started from the days of Pentecost. So from that time, we just that now we're actually closer to the last days than they were ever closer to the last days Now, what are actually the vision? Now, vision is discovering God's purpose for your life. Discovering God's purpose for your life. And in discovering that purpose for your life, you actually need revelation for that. A revelation is actually alignment to your purpose. It is the step you take to that purpose, to that vision. Now, as young Christians, we need to discover God's purpose for our life. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 6 talks about committing your actions to God. Now, the best thing you can do is actually to ask God. The best thing you can do is actually to ask God for that actions. Ask Him, okay, what is my vision? Now, let me tell you something, that the best way you can discover your vision is in your place of assignment. You discover a vision when you are serving. It can be you're in the ushering department, you're in the sanctuary, you're in the choir unit, you're in the evangelism team. Now you have to go, at least we're in the last days, use your talent, use your purpose, by your purpose, so you can actually draw men towards God. You can actually draw men to God. Now, God is the creator of visions, creator of our purpose. So what you can do is to ask Him for direction. And let me tell you something, that place that you are, you can actually start small by preaching to your friends, by sharing tracts, by living an exemplary life. And I also want to tell you that for the fact that something is in vogue doesn't mean that is God's plans for you. So you have to discover your plan, because like I said earlier, vision is discovering God's purpose for your life. You have to discover what God's purpose for you, and don't just move with the train. Discover what your calling is, because we're in the last days, and as youth and as young believers, we are actually an agenda in the last days. So make sure you actually discover your vision. Ask God to direct you, discover your vision, and also go out there and actually be a change agent in your world. Bye.